Zach, how's it going?
It's all right. Happy birthday, sir.
Well, thank you. Yes, my birthday is coming up very shortly. In our recording time, it is very late. It's actually only a day away, technically speaking, because it's past midnight when we're recording. I have to work later today, so this is great.
How old
This
will
is
you
great.
be, young man?
I'm turning 30 years old.
Mm-hmm.
30 whole years old.
And
Three
we're
decades.
gonna talk about toys.
Yep, we sure are. So I had like kind of no idea. I didn't want to just do the exact same thing. I was thinking about doing something with music maybe before Zach said his. He's like, oh, I want to talk about future nostalgia. We should review it. And then I was like, well, I don't want to just do another music thing. So I was like, what's a way I can talk about a passion of mine that I don't really talk about terribly often on this channel? So I like games.
Yeah.
And so then I was like, all right, we'll make a figure guessing game.
Now, do I win? Can I win something? Can I win a figure?
No,
I get to pick one
maybe.
from your collection.
Actually, maybe. Well, no, I don't know about that. Maybe because I think there are some figures that I own
I'm sure there are.
that are ones that I don't necessarily want to own anymore. So,
Oh, okay.
just because generally, it's like, oh, I don't really need this figure. So,
Mm-hmm. You gotta watch
anyway,
my figure.
So from that, yes. The general idea is there are three options. So all of the figures that we're going to be going through, looking at today, are going to be in one of three categories. I own it, or have pre-ordered it and will own it. So I basically own it. I have it on reserve. I have it on a wish list on myfigurecollection.net, or I have absolutely no interest in the figure, or at least as of now, I have no interest. / I'm just not really interested in the figure. Just doesn't do anything for me, or I just don't really want it. So Zach has pretty much no context for any of these figures. I kind of made this opening splash screen. I don't know if that's on it's on the capture. This is just a general idea of what my tastes are, I would say, in figures. As you can see, I like girls.
Yeah.
But you can see top corner, Final Fantasy 13 figures. We've got Goku from Dragon Ball. We have Nyx from Final Fantasy Kingsglaive, the movie. We have Link, various other female characters from games and anime.
Tales of Vesperia.
Tales of Vesperia is on here as well. That's actually one of the first like specialty figures I ever purchased.
That's a nice one. That's nice.
It's a really nice one. I love that figure very much.
What is going on here?
Alter is what's going on where? Which one?
Oh, I can't. Oh, my cursor's not showing. Oh, I should.
Oh, okay.
I should have my cursor shine, but this woman's sitting.
The woman sitting in the booth. So that is from I don't know if you call it a gag manga or what. It's called Tawawa on Monday. So the idea of this manga is this. I think it's almost entirely on Twitter. I don't remember the artist's name, but basically it's for the entire premise of the manga is it's not even in English. I don't think I've seen any of it in English. But the idea is that it's for salarymen on their way to work in the morning on Monday. And the guy just draws women with big boobs. That's pretty much it. It's there's not really much in terms of. I think it's only usually like one page, maybe a couple pages. So Kohai-chan is one of the characters in the manga. I haven't really read it. I just saw the figure. I thought it was really cute, and I bought it.
Mm-hmm.
So
how am I supposed to deduce what you have and don't have? Especially how do I differentiate what you have and what you would want anyway?
Yeah, that's part of the fun, is you get to see. So this is just like a way for people to see my tastes, a way to see maybe what I don't like, a way to show off my collection, and just talk about stuff. It'll be fun. So without further ado, let's go on to the first one.
And by the way, my knowledge of figures is not great. I have very limited amounts of figures. I mean, I just don't have space for them, so it's never been too much of my expertise.
Yeah. So
All right.
So this will be interesting. You'll be educated maybe a little bit.
Here we go.
All right.
All Might-o.
So it's All Might from My Hero Academia. This is a Banpresto prize figure. What do you think?
You got it. You have it. 100%.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Well, you're right. I do. I have this figure. It's pretty cheap, pretty affordable. I love All Might. Me and Zach have talked about My Hero Academia off camera a lot. All Might's like my hero, so
he's like My Hero Academia.
He's like My Hero Academia. Yeah.
He's such a good guy.
Yeah. He's just such a
My Hero. I haven't watched in a while. By the way, there's a whole almost a whole other season out by now. Season 5 that I haven't watched.
I'm like midway through season 3. I'm like super behind, so
Damn.
I haven't seen either of the movies or anything either. Goodness.
We could review the movies at some point. I haven't watched either of them still.
That'd be fun. That'd be fun. All right, on to the next one. Here we have Naruto. This is another Banpresto prize figure in Sage form, doing his little Shadow Clone Jutsu hand sign. What do you think?
See, I don't know what figures you have, but I could say you would be interested at the very least. I don't know if you have it. You're a Naruto fan.
Mm-hmm.
So it's obviously one of the two. It's just a coin flip. Yeah, you have it.
No, I actually have no interest in this figure.
Oh my god! You baited me?
Yeah. Sometimes I'm just weirdly picky about the stuff that I like.
Wait,
and don't
so
like.
you just don't like the figure itself?
I'm not. So prize figures. So I actually just saw a prize figure before this. Prize figures are usually on the cheaper side. They're more affordable side, but you kind of get what you pay for. Paint and quality of the figure itself aren't always like super high. I mean, you can see the seams on his arms, for example.
So I'm supposed to be.
I'm sure the feet also come out too. So the quality is usually not as high. It's because they're literally called prize figures. You get them in crane machines or as prizes, So honestly, this is probably one of the nicer prize figures in terms of like the Naruto stuff. I would just want a nicer piece for Naruto for my collection. The All Might one just worked really well. It was nice and affordable, and I just like the overall quality. So prize figures are
all wrong.
Yeah,
you might have been on this one. Is this a good figure? Also,
yeah. There's the quality aspect of it too. Sometimes we'll see. All right, on to the next one.
Kenji
Harima from School Rumble.
I have no idea who this is. I'm assuming you wouldn't put something from School Rumble, which I don't know what that is, if you didn't have an interest in what that is. But I'll just say no, you don't have an interest in this figure.
Actually, I own this figure. So this is the only figure of this character that exists, I think. Which is sad because it's during the period of time where he's bald in the show because he gets a bad haircut. Mm-hmm. And I love School Rumble. It's just such a goofy, fun show. But
I was just thinking, this figure doesn't look that good. If you didn't like the last one,
it's not. And I wish he had a better figure because it's not the best figure in the world. But it has Napoleon. It has the little pig, and that part's fun. That's cool.
So, I like pigs.
Yeah. I do too. Pigs are cute. Oh yeah, I just see you instinctively look behind you at that pig mess.
There's 3 pigs over there, but
damn
it! I feel like I'm not dealing with the full deck of cards here.
Yeah, I know. It's almost like I've rigged the whole thing against you. All right, on to the next one.
Oh my goodness, it's
so this is Gogeta.
Oh my god.
The VTuber.
What is she known for?
She's a VTuber.
Yeah, but didn't she make a noise or something?
Coming into the world of streaming with that.
Obviously, you have an interest in it at the very least. I'm saying you're thick in the VTuber web, so you have it already.
Wrong. So Unfortunately, I'm also playing against you because there are figures in here that aren't out yet. And I actually don't have this one on pre-order. So this is only wished. I could have this on pre-order.
Damn, bro.
But money's a thing, so I gotta pick and choose what I have, what I don't have. So I will say I'm not always the most fair. But
wow.
I'm very interested in this figure. So it's wished for sure.
Yeah.
Girl. She's great. I look forward to the so all the Hololive girls are also going to be having a pop-up parade figures, which I don't think I have any of those in here. Which are those kind of a more affordable line of figures too, but they're nicer than prize figures. Usually the paint jobs are nicer on those. So anyway, on to the next one. So this is Jean Alter from Fate Grand Order. What are you thinking?
See, I'm not gonna know what half of these things are, so I can't even assume that just because I don't know what it is, and it must be something you're interested in, because most of it I probably won't know what it is. It looks pretty good. But I feel like I'm just doomed to be wrong for everyone now. You have it.
No. I have no interest in this figure.
Oh, fuck you.
It's very nice quality, but I think there are some Fate figures that I have wished. This is not one of them. I have no real. The design's nice, but I think it's just too kind of. It's maybe it's too big and also too monochrome. I don't even know who Jean Alter is really.
No.
Yeah, this is a very popular figure. This is always on the top list on the My Figure Collection website. There's the items on fire, which are those are items that always get clicked on or get wished or get just activity. This is always on that list. So this is a very popular figure. I just don't really care that much for it. So this does not do anything for me.
You got me there.
So on to the next one. All right.
Supersonic Tiger Parka.
So this is Sonico. For some reason, I wrote in Supersonic, but it's Sonico. It's Super Sonico. So Sonico is the mascot character of Nitro Plus. She has gotten her own anime series where she was voiced by Jessica Nigri in the dub. So she's yeah,
you're a sucker for this one, but do you have it? I don't know. I feel like I've been. Oh, I just flickered your screen off. I feel like I've been guessing that you have all of them, so I should guess that again. But I'm going to switch and say you want it. You don't have it.
I own this figure.
Dang.
Yeah, I own this figure. I don't remember. I think I got it on eBay. I think I actually get it from Japan, from used from Japan. I think it was sealed, but this is one of the few Sonico figures where I was like, wow, I can actually display that, because a lot of her figures are quite lewd. So there are, so. But this one's just really cute. Just her attitude and everything is just yay! It's just she's got her guitar.
There she goes.
There she go. All right, on to the next one. All right, so here we go. It's Lightning from Lightning Returns, Final Fantasy 13.
There's no way for me to know. Look, I'm looking at this thing. Nah, this ain't that hot. You don't want it.
No. I own this figure. Of course I want it. It's a Lightning figure.
Yeah, but there was a trick.
It's my girl. It's not a trick at all. I own this figure. I thought this one was a slam dunk. It's of course he owns that one.
Nothing.
Yeah, I own this figure. This was I think it was one of the first Play Arts Kai figures where they're like, all right, well, we're going to increase the size and also the price range of these figures are now like way more expensive. Whereas the ones that were on the homepage, those Play Arts Kai figures were a lot smaller. And I think I paid like $40 for them. This was like over $100. And the size was like, it was much bigger and much more detailed. They've since moved on. I don't even know if they make Play Arts Kai anymore. They've moved on to like Bring Arts is their thing now, which are smaller figures with a lot of points of articulation. But anyway, I love Lightning. So going forward, you know that I at the very least have an interest in them. So
I know you love it, but
but you're like, nah, it's not the it might be the quality of the image. I tried to get the best quality images that I could. Maybe I did.
I thought it was a trick.
No,
like,
it was not.
Yeah,
it was not a trick.
I don't have an interest in this one, but
no, it's not a trick. Not a trick here.
Oh my god!
All right, on to the next one. You may recognize this character.
Wow. Okay.
There you go.
That's Fire Emblem Awakening.
Yep, Tharja or Salia as she's known in Japan.
Yeah. It's a nice figure.
What are your thoughts? Yes, it is.
Oh, spoiler. But do you have it or do you not have it? There's no way. Well, I don't know the figure market, right? I don't know what's coming out or like how hard things are to find or what. Because I'm like, there's no way you're gonna get You're going to get a Fire Emblem Awakening figure in the year 2021. You would already have it, right? That's my logic. You have it.
I don't have it. I have it wished. So this figure, this is actually the reason I kind of want to bring this one up is because this is an instance of, boy, it sure would have been nice if I had been into figure collecting back when this came out. I think as much as I am now. Or I guess maybe paying attention to the aftermarket prices more than I am now. So I think this figure retailed for somewhere in the range of like 15,000 to 17,000 yen. Which is about like $150. This on the aftermarket is now anywhere. I've seen it anywhere from like $350 to like $800. This figure is so in demand. It's ridiculous. And it's like I don't know if they ever did a reprint. And I just don't understand because she's so in demand because everyone loves her. I love her. I want this figure really badly, but I don't think I'm ever going to get it.
That is a nice stack of books, let me tell you.
It's a nice stack of books, that's for sure. You can actually see this figure in the background of ProZD's videos. He owns it, and I'm very jealous.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
Wow.
On to the next one.
Oh, my goodness.
Here we go. So this is a...
Neurologist Mona.
So Mona is a character from Genshin Impact.
Oh.
So that should give you a hint already that this is kind of a new thing.
True. But what does that tell me? Have you even played Genshin Impact? I don't know. It doesn't matter.
I'll give you a hint. I haven't played Genshin Impact. I don't know if actually that is much of a hint. But I'll tell you, no, I have not played Genshin Impact.
Bro. That's a bait. You're just buying. You're a poser. You would buy this figure just...
I'll also give you another hint. Figures take a long time to manufacture.
True. So it's not out yet. But you want it.
Yes, this is a wished figure.
Yeah.
Yes, I haven't played Genshin Impact yet. I think I downloaded it on my PS4 and then I just never got around to playing it. I really want to play it. The character designs are amazing. This is like first and foremost, like, my gosh, what a great figure. I mean, the designs of the freaking splash going around. She's got a great pose, really action. You get the flow. The colors are awesome. She's cute. Yeah, this is a great figure. I really want this. Don't have it pre-ordered. I am considering it, but not quite yet. So, all right, on to the next one.
Bakugo.
And here we have Bakugo, school uniform version.
I can tell you, I do not want this figure. You do not want this figure. Final
You're
answer.
correct. You're correct. I don't want this figure. I like Bakugo a lot. I'm not overly keen on these uniform versions of these figures. I might consider getting a Deku one. I might consider getting a Froppy one just because those characters I like more than Bakugo. But I'm not overly keen on the school uniform versions, even though they actually have kind of nice, cool school uniforms, all things considered. But yeah, I don't know. It doesn't set my world on fire. So I'm like, not at that price point.
Bakugo should be doing just that. Should be setting your world on fire, and he's not.
He's not. Yeah, that's right. All right, on to the next one. That was easy. There you go. You're getting it.
I'll get out of here with this.
All right. So we got another. I have to sprinkle some more of these in here. So we have Lightning, the Dissidia version. This is Dissidia Arcade.
Okay, well,
as you can see from Koei Tecmo,
she got the
games.
bendy knees.
She does have the bendy knees, so it's kneecaps. This is a Player Arts Kai figure.
Well, you told me before that you will always have interest in Lightning, no matter what. So you have interest in this. You do not have it.
That is correct. I don't have this figure. I actually, recently, I realized when I was moving my figure collection, I actually thought I had bought this figure, but I don't own it. I don't know why I thought I bought it, but I don't own it. I really want to, because this is like the best figure of Lightning in her original outfit that's probably ever going to come out. So, this is a nice. It's about the same size as the Lightning Returns one. So,
you like the bendy knees?
So I mean, like I don't always like that. With certain, so these are like the action sort of figures. Each company sort of, a lot of different manufacturers have different versions. Bandai has like Fig Arts, I think is what it's called. Square Enix has their Play Arts Kai and their Bring Arts figures. If I can go without it, I will. But there are times where the overall quality of the figure, the fact that it has so many points of articulation, you can pose this figure in so many different ways, kind of makes up for it. There's a bunch of different like hand parts and like face parts and stuff, which is really cool. It's a nice feature. So, I feel like these days I'm more into these sort of scale figures or the statues type figures than I am for like action sort of figures. But yeah, I'll still, if it's a character I like or if it's a subject that I like, then I'll look into it. But on to the next one.
Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta.
It is.
Interesting. Dragon Ball GT. This is tricky. Dragon Ball GT has some interesting designs. So even if you aren't a fan of Dragon Ball GT, which there aren't many of, I know my brother has some of these and he like never even watched it. I'm gonna say no, you're not interested.
You're correct. I'm not interested in this figure. I will say, the more I look at it, the cooler this figure looks. But I mean, I'd rather just save my money on something else, you know. So, the more I kind of look at it, I was like, you know what, Super Saiyan 4, when they look that cool, I guess it's not that bad.
I think it's pretty wild, but interesting design for these Super Saiyan 4, man.
Yeah, but I'm not a GT fan by any stretch. Yeah. So I'm not. I haven't even really watched Super, so I don't even know if I'm a Super fan. Probably not.
Get to the Grand Tour. Brand new adventure begins.
Alrighty, on to the next one.
Hatsune Miku, Deep Sea version. Yes. Yes.
Yes, how droll.
She's got one big toe sticking, raising to the sky.
She's like flexing it, I guess.
Big flex coming out.
Big
From
flex.
the right big toe. Coral. Flowing hair. You want this.
I'll do you one better. I own this figure.
Okay, well, that's the other option.
This is like, it's weird. I don't think I've actually really listened to all that much Mika versions, but her design is like top tier. I mean, they have so many different designs for her. The Japan Racing Circuit has, or I should say, Good Smile Company sponsors a car in like Japan's racing circuit, which they come up with new designs for her for that car every year. So like there's already designs for Miku for that. Then she also gets in the different sort of music scenarios she's in. She gets different versions for that. There's snow Mikus. This one is just like, I just love the flowing hair. Like it really does make it look like she's underwater. It's just a cute pose. It's just a charming, really nice figure altogether. And yeah, I was like, I had to have it. So, and I felt like I got it for a really good price. So,
this game seems rigged. That's all right.
This was rigged. This game's rigged.
Even when I'm right, I'm wrong.
I know. Well, you are in a way though. We'll give you half credit on those because I was trying to think of a better way to do this, and I just couldn't.
If there's half credit for those, then it's like I'm almost always like inclined to pick one of those options because it's 2 or 3 chance.
I know. It's tough. It's tough. You know, I can't make up the rules of this game.
It's too late. The rules
anymore. We're halfway through.
I've got like 4 points.
We're halfway. We're halfway through, and I can't. Anyway, on to the next one.
Mika
Jogosaki.
Who that be?
This character's from The Idol Master.
Like American Idol.
No. Well, no. The Idol Master is like an arcade game in Japan, which I think then got ported to the 360, ported to mobile. There's an anime of it. It's basically about idols in Japan.
Am I to assume that you're so shameless that any figure that is presented in such a way you would immediately be interested in? The answer is yes, you want this.
Yes, I own this.
Okay.
I've never even watched The Idol Master. I don't even know if I would care to, but just a very cute figure. I like it. I like cute girls. So
she's got a nice personality.
She's got a nice personality. I might hate the character if I ever watched The Idol Master. Be like, wow, what a horrible person, Mika Jogosaki. I think she has a younger sister. I don't remember her name. But
already sounds bad.
Yeah. It already sounds bad. Okay, on to the next one.
Shiro, what now?
So she's from No Game No Life. Which is a light novel series turned into 1 season of anime.
It's about chess.
No, so it's she and her brother create a world where they become the god of games, basically, together.
Of course.
Or they have to play against the god of games or something. I don't actually really know. I've never watched it. I own it. I own the series, but I've never watched it. So I don't know I don't remember the premise anymore.
Was she sitting on a chessboard holding chess pieces?
She's sitting on a chessboard.
Her
chess
sock,
pieces. Mm-hmm.
Her sock is dangling.
It's dangling, yeah, because she's taking it off. Part of it off. It seems like it's just dangling.
It's just dangling. That's crazy that she'd do that. You want this? I
own this.
You can't. You just own everything.
I can, and I will. Yeah, this is another early obtained figure. This is actually dates back to when amiibo were starting to become a thing. I was in a like I was involved kind of sort of in, I never really joined the Reddit part of it, but the Reddit group had their own like amiibo Discord and stuff. I was involved in that. And we got talking about figures one night, and this was one of the ones that came up, and everyone was like, and I was like, dang, this is a cute figure. Everyone's right. This is a cute figure. I want it. So I bought it.
Should have known.
I think this is probably one of the first figures where it was like, I bought it despite the fact that I've never watched the series and know little to nothing about it, but I was just very charmed by the character design. So yeah. Mm-hmm. On to the next one.
Sora.
There's Sora.
Are you into the chibi kind of stuff? Chibi boy. I don't know. The answer is no, you don't want this.
You're correct. I do not want this figure. Yes, so despite the fact that we had an Android earlier, and we may have more, I don't actually remember. So I may or may not be giving this away. I'm very picky about what Nendoroids I want and what ones I don't want. Mm-hmm. This one actually seems pretty nice, that all the pieces are articulated and everything like that. There's just better options. Gura fits a chibi look better as a design. Sora kind of does because he's a cute character, but like he has way cooler figures that I would rather have than this. So not the biggest Android fan in the world.
Which I knew, and that was part of my calculation.
That's good. Yes, you are. I can see the big brain going. I can see it. Yes,
I knew there were better options out there.
But yeah, he's cute. I mean, I wouldn't be like, if somebody gave it to me, I would be like, oh, thanks. I wouldn't like be like, what is this garbage? Because it's a cute figure. But it's like,
do that if someone gives you a figure you don't like.
No one's ever No one's ever given me a figure, so I don't know.
You'd say, not
what
up
is
to
this?
Snuff.
What is this crap? What are you giving? But no.
Nah, I'm good. You could have it back.
All right. So on to the next one. Korone Inugami.
She food. She got food.
She is a Hololive member as well.
Of course. Which means you at least have interest in it immediately. I like the food. It looks nice. Got a chef hat on that bun.
Yes, there's a chef hat on the bun.
It looks cool. But you can only own so much because you want this.
This is a gray area because I have this on pre-order, so I will say I own this. But I do also want this. I do also want this.
Can't win in this
very
game.
Badly. I know you can't win. You can never win.
It's
rigged.
Up. This is your birthday.
What is this piracy? It's my birthday. I win.
I don't win.
I win on my birthday. What a fantastic figure. They knocked her out of the park. I mean, she already has an amazing design anyway. The cute little doggo that is Korone. Mm-hmm. But yeah, just the pastries all kind of falling down, the UB on the base. It's just great. It's just great. I'm very charmed. And of course her pose is very cute. Rawr. So
yeah.
Rawr. All right. On to the next one. Chiho Sasaki. From The Devil is a Part-Timer.
That seems so impractical, the position she's doing. She got a full lean. I don't know what's the purpose of the lean. It's all gonna fall off.
She's in motion. She's moving. She's delivering those McDonald's orders.
She's delivering something. I don't even know who this is. I don't know what this is. So obviously you want it.
That you finally answered?
Yes.
Okay, I own this figure.
You own them all.
I don't own them all. That's not true.
You should reveal that at the end. Actually, I own all of them.
I own all of them. No, that'd be stupid. So Chiho is best girl in The Devil's a Part-Timer. She's just a bubbly bundle of joy.
Is it
and
about
she's
fast
great.
food?
The Devil is a Part-Timer is about how Sadao Mao, the Demon King, gets so it's a reverse isekai. So if you know anything about isekai is like the plot device where the protagonist gets transported into another world. Which for the most part, that's like your Sword Art Onlines, your Shield Heroes, your Digimon, your any number of sort of things. Isekai is an extremely popular genre these days, or plot device. It's not really even a genre. I guess it's kind of a genre. I don't know. This is a reverse isekai. So the Demon King in a fantasy world gets transported to the real world, to our world, and he doesn't have magic anymore. So the way to gain power in this world is money. So he gets a part-time job at a fast food restaurant, McDonald's or McRonald's, because branding. Gosh. So yeah. And it's great. It's a comedy anime, obviously, but it's great. I love it. It's a great show. Highly recommend it. And it's getting a second season soon too, which is really exciting because the first season was like 2013 or something. So the fact that it's getting another season is really exciting. That doesn't happen very often. So this next one is a little bit of a special one. So we have 3 figures here.
Yeah.
And this is the matching game. So you have to figure out what one do I want, what one do I own / have pre-ordered, and what don't I want.
You son of a bitch.
So what's wished? What's
so 2 of these
owned?
You like at the very least, and one of them you just don't. Well, I mean, obviously the middle one is gonna be one of them, but I'm thinking between the other 2 now.
So these are all Raphtalia from the Rising of Shield Hero.
All right, so it's gonna be you don't want, you have it, and you want it.
In that order?
Yeah.
From left to right?
Yeah.
So you're correct on the don't want one. Not really overly interested in the Figma. She seems nice enough, but I think her proportions are actually a little weird on the Figma. If you see it in different poses, you're like, oh, it doesn't look right.
The proportions in the middle one are just right, though.
The proportions of the middle one are not right. But I love Raphtalia, and I would take a bullet for her. So, so yeah.
So
I'm actually. So here's the thing. I'm not crazy about bunny girls. So this is a. I don't remember the company, but this is the bunny style figure from this company. So they all are in sort of like your traditional, almost like Playboy bunny kind of like get up. And they have them for like, there's probably close to 50 of them at this point. There seems like there's new ones every couple of months that they're coming up with. I'm not overly fond of them. I'm just not really a big fan of the whole like thing. A lot of people love them though, like obviously, or else they wouldn't keep making more of them. I'm only really interested in it because it's Raphtalia. I think the designs are nice. I think the pose is fun.
Fun.
And the one on the right is the one that I have on pre-order. It's one that actually
you have on pre-order. So
I have on pre-order because I did. If I say I wanted it, I own it essentially. This is one that the one on the right. I didn't snag it when I had the chance to. It went out of stock for like a couple of years, or no, a couple of years. It went out of stock for, I would say, over a year. And I was just pretty much just hoping for a reprint because the aftermarket prices on it were like double what it went for. So
I like how she's squishing onto that orange blob.
It's the blob. It's the slime of that world. So yeah. Yep. It's real squishy. Yeah, so if you turn it around, the thing's like has its mouth open, it's going like she's stepping on it. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
we get to talk about bunny girls, which is a really big popular thing in the scene right now. But I'm not over, despite the fact that I want this figure, I'm not overly crazy about bunny girls. So
Mm-hmm.
All right, on to the next one. Chizuru Mizuhara from Rent a Girlfriend.
Rent a Girlfriend. That sounds
Yep.
promising. You don't want this.
You're correct. And there's only a very specific reason as to why. It's because I think this figure is very well, nicely designed. I think it's maybe a little expensive for what it is, but I feel like this is a show and an manga property that I really need to read before I like go forward and pull the trigger on. Now, we have seen figures already where I haven't watched it and I'm already charmed by the character design, so I pick it up. This is one that it's a little simpler. I think I'm just kind of like I don't really want it because it's like, it's a little expensive. Like I said, it's a little expensive for what it is. And maybe I'll like this character. I don't necessarily know. I think she's basically the main girl in Rent a Girlfriend. So I feel like I have to give more time before I decided if I actually want it or not. By that time, it'll probably be too late and it'll be forever wished on my wish list. But also the base is kind of bland, kind of boring. It's literally just a clear base. It's like, oh, okay, you can think of anything more than that, like a street or something. But yeah, so it's, yeah, you're right. I'm not interested in this as of now, anyway.
Nice.
Next. So it's Neku Sakuraba.
From The World Ends With You?
Yes, correct. Specifically from the animation.
What do you know about
which
that?
Is relatively new. I will say that. It just came out this summer.
What you know about Twooey?
Twooey.
I don't understand what I'm even looking at. Like, what does this look like as the thing in the bottom?
So it's sort of like a curved dome. So like, well, you know how like all the art of The World Ends With You.
How much space does it take
like
up on your shelf?
I don't actually know what the size of this figure. That's a good question.
Aha. Okay.
So it's probably a pretty decent size.
So you want
it's almost like a diorama. Yes, I want this figure.
I
do. I love The World Ends With You. I haven't really gotten the chance to watch the animation yet. Or The World Ends With You, the animation is what it's called. I haven't got really a chance to watch it. The brief bits of it that I did see, I really liked it a lot. Weirdly, it doesn't seem to have an English dub, and I don't know if there's one planned, but I liked what I saw of it. I thought the 3D CG animation worked super well with the character designs, so yeah, I want this figure. I love the art of that game, and I love that game, so.
Nice.
Next. On to Kamiki.
But you tricked me before.
Did I trick you before?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm giving...
You have it.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm giving this one to you because
okay.
I own this one. I literally showed it off in an episode.
Oh, yeah. It's that same one. Okay.
So it is, yes. So yeah, I own this figure. I love Persona. I hope to own all of the scale figures for all the characters someday. That's going to be very hard for some of them because the Futaba one is very expensive on the aftermarket. So yeah. Anyway, there it is. Next, we have Ervin Smith
from Attack on Titan.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want this one.
False. I do want this one. So Ervin has...
I guess I just don't want it.
Okay. Ervin has precious few figures for him, which makes me sad because he's like my favorite character. Mm-hmm. He has like this one and then like a scale figure where his face doesn't look like almost anything like him at all. Which I want that figure too, just because I want anything of him. Because I love the character so much. So yeah, I would like this figure. I think the posable figures actually work super well for Attack on Titan characters because they're always doing dynamic things when they're with the 3-directional mobility gear. So yeah, or omnidirectional mobility gear, or whatever the heck it's actually called. I don't know. ODM gear. Yeah, omnidirectional mobility.
Interesting.
Yeah. So again, depends on the stuff. Figma's, this is a Figma is what this is, which is Good Smile Company's Max Factory's brand of posable figures. And they do a good job with them. I actually own the Samus other M one, and then I also own the Skyward Sword Link one. And then I showed actually on the front page, I have the A Link Between Worlds Link Figma as well. For posable figures, I think Square Enix, I think, probably thinks themselves of the Rolls Royce, which is probably true because theirs are usually have just that level of detail. But I think that in terms of the most affordable, the best overall quality, Figma is the way to go if you want posable figures. So, because they usually won't break the budget. Like I've seen Figmas pretty much range in price from like 50 on the low end to maybe like 85, 90 on the high end. So for a figure that has so many different moving parts, they're usually pretty affordable. So
I gotta get back to Attack on Titan.
Yeah, great show.
Behind the game.
I'm not super up to date. I still haven't seen season 4, but I have gone through season 3 now. So, All right, on to the next.
02.
02.
That doesn't make sense.
It's 02. So it's actually the number 002, and it's just 02. But because we're in Excel, it wouldn't let me type that out because it's like, oh, you mean the number 2, right? It's like, no.
Yeah, you gotta turn the formatting off.
Yeah, which I didn't do. So 02.
You want this one?
You're darn skippy. I want this one. I love this figure. This is another instance of aftermarket prices were insane for this figure after it released. Thankfully, it just maybe like a couple weeks ago just went up on pre-order again for another one. So I have not done so yet. I would like to get on board. It's just an awesome figure. It's just great.
Yeah.
So
it's cool.
That was the Flash in the Pan show of 2017, 2018. I think 2018, where it came out, everyone loved it, and then the ending sucked, and then no one likes it anymore. Except the character design is perfect. So, so 02 blew up in the figure collecting community because it just released like probably like 45, 50 figures of varying styles for her. So, yeah. Next.
Roy Mustang.
Roy Mustang.
From Full Metal Alchemist.
Yes.
Make it a look at you. Make it a good look at you. You have him.
I don't. I almost bought him when I was on vacation. I was this close to buying him. But I held off on it, and I'm kind of glad I did because I bought the Edward Elric figure in the same exact line. It was behind a counter, and I was like, "Oh, I'll take that." He was like, "It's like $95." I was like, sold immediately. It was like that's under retail, so I was like, "Yes, I will buy that." And it was like complete in box, new. So I was like, "Yeah." The Roy Mustang one was still like right around retail price, so these Artifacts J. I don't remember the company that makes them, but they're really nice. They always have these nice, cool bases that do really neat things. So yeah, this one's no exception. I like the flame designs. His pose is great. What a great figure.
And I still need to finish FMAB also. I'm
oh man.
Like I watched half of it and like years ago, and then I never finished it.
You just start over from the beginning.
Yeah.
Such a good show. So it's probably my favorite anime, period. So such a great series. So, all right, next.
Satania
from Gabriel Dropout.
Satan. Okay.
She has a longer name that I don't remember.
Okay, I don't know who this is. Is she? What is she from?
Gabriel Dropout is the name of the anime.
What? Gabriel Dropout, of course.
Yeah, the classic. Everyone's heard of it.
You don't want this one.
So funny story. I own this figure. I don't know anything about Gabriel Dropout. I don't know anything about this character. I don't really care for Nendoroids. The reason that I bought this, it was on sale for ridiculously low price at a GameStop during a clearance. So I was like, sure, I'll buy that. So I bought it. This is a trick. This one was legitimately me trying to trick you.
Nice.
I will say that. This one was me trying to trick you. Because, like, I don't really want this figure. This is one of the ones that I'd be willing to sell.
Great.
So, anybody wants this? Anybody knows Gabriel Dropout that's watching this for some reason? Yeah, here you go. If you want to buy it, say something in the comments and I'll figure out a way to contact you.
Got a little tie with an upside down crucifix on it.
Yeah, I guess she's like a demon or something.
Satan. Yeah.
Satania. Yeah, I don't
love
know.
that.
Yeah, love that. Love me tricking you. All right, next. We're coming down to the end here.
Peacekeeper Daisy.
So this is an original character.
Oh my goodness.
She has there's no
clothes.
Series or, yeah, I guess not. There's no series or anything that she's attached to. It's just a character design, an original character design by Tony.
Well, it's obviously you have some interest or you have it. It's obviously one of those two because you wouldn't put that in here. How am I to know? There's no way to know. You have it.
I don't. I do have other. So I love this artist. Tony Taka is his name. Unfortunately, a lot of his art is also of the not safe for work variety, I guess we should say. But a lot of his other character designs are I would say this is safe for work, even though I didn't realize, I guess, until you pointed it out. I was like, oh yeah, I guess she just kind of, her top is a little see-through there. But I love this character designer. I've always loved how, like, I don't know, the faces are just always really cute. I think he just has like a really good soft, I think is kind of the right word for it. Just very nice, appealing looking character designs. I own a couple of, he's the character designer for the Shining series. So like Shining Tears, Shining, I don't remember. I have an art book somewhere that's got a couple of the games that he designs stuff for. Yeah, so this is wished. I do not own this figure, but I'm interested. He has all kinds. You should have known. How did you not? How could you have not known? Yeah, I love Tony. I love the figures that have come from his art. So I think that's cool that they make original characters like that into figures. So it's neat. This is actually a very affordable figure too, I think, on the aftermarket. So I should just get on that. What the heck?
Yeah.
So we've come to the last one. This is the 30th figure that we're showing today. How about that? Except for the splash page, those don't count. It's almost like I chose that number for a reason. So here we got Deku.
What is going on here?
So this is a figure kit figure. So this is one that you would have all the pieces for, and you would construct. So kits are a thing in the figure collecting world as well. Mm-hmm. Some of them are pre-painted kits. Other ones aren't. Others are ones that you would actually have to buy paint for. I don't. Yeah. So.
You don't what? You don't what?
I don't know if this one's pre-painted or not, because that gives it away.
Well, you don't want it.
No, I don't. Look at this! Look at this! Are you kidding? You think I want this figure?
That's what I'm saying.
He's a little weird. I just saw this. I looked up My Hero Academia, and they were like, I was like, oh my gosh, what's going on with poor Deku?
I don't know.
What's going on with him? I
don't even know what he's trying to do here in this moment. He's like.
It's just such an odd so I think with this you can pose them in a lot of different places because they do have points of articulation, but it just seems very strange.
Weird pose. I don't even like I don't like the little bits. The little bits that extend. Yeah. doesn't really capture the same effect as the show. Yeah.
Or even if he
Not
was posing on,
badass.
or even if he was in a scale figure posing and they had like the effects around him, would
Yeah.
probably look better than that.
And his face, it's not it. He's not.
Yeah, this ain't it. This ain't it,
Yeah.
Chief.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go.
So that gives me a
That's
final
it.
score of whatever. Maybe there's a number.
I
on
wasn't
the
paying
screen.
it. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention,
Yeah.
but yeah, you won
Oh
something.
my
I don't know.
gosh. I win.
You won my thanks for humoring me, basically. Where I get to talk about figures and goof about with my friend. So maybe people learned something. Maybe people didn't watch this video. I don't really care. I just kind of wanted to talk about this stuff. So yeah,
there's not as many scantily clad ones I was expecting.
You're expecting more scantily
clad?
clad?
Those are the gimme ones. You get them every time. You have them.
You get them every time.
You want them.
No, there are figures out there that I could tell you right now are scantily clad, but I do not want.
You could have baited me then.
I could have, but those are also extremely. There are ones that are extremely NSFW, and I didn't want any of those. I mean, I didn't want even our people to see them, but trust me, they're out there. This is anime we're talking about, so of course there's going to be those figures.
You wouldn't put them on your shelf?
No.
Oh, no.
No. So.
All right. Well.
There it is. That's it.
What an experience!
So
many figures. And
so many figures, so little time. If you're interested in seeing my whole collection, I actually have to update it. I think as I was looking through, there's actually a few that I seem to have forgotten to put on there. So I'm gonna have to update that soon. But if you want to check it out, my figure collection profile is just Chronolink 91, like I am at most places. On the interwebs, if you're interested.
I have barely any. Very limited. I just don't have the space even practically if I wanted to collect.
So I have 360 figures wished right now, currently on there. So yeah.
Where do you put them all? Do you have a lot of shelves in there?
In where?
Where you're at?
Where I'm at? No, right now they're currently almost, I would say most of them are in boxes right now. And by most of them, I mean, most of them were in boxes at my parents' house. Now I brought them over here because I had to move them out because we had family coming to stay. And I was like, you know what? Now's a good enough time to just bring them all over here. So yeah, I don't have shelving. I don't have proper shelving for them yet. That's a plan someday.
There's got to be some that's not right? You know, you gotta give them their room to breathe. It's like Toy Story or something, you know? You gotta give the love. You gotta give them love.
I could have shown off my Link with Loftwing figure that's broken and I need to sell. That's one that I don't want anymore. That was the first like major purchase I made. Like in terms of like, wow, I spent a lot of money on that and then it broke. So I was like, cool. You live and learn. But yeah, it's a fun hobby. It's an expensive hobby. I don't necessarily recommend people get into it because it's a slippery slope. But it's fun. I've obviously had a lot of fun with it. And yeah, it's just, you know, I love anime and it's a good way to, and video games, obviously. So I have another way to sort of express that and enjoy that. So what video, Zach, should the fine viewers who have made it this far and didn't turn the video off, what should they go watch after this?
I don't think we have anything that is related to this.
No, not really. Well, why don't they go watch your birthday video?
Sure, go watch my birthday video, which is very similar, probably the same audience.
Yeah, the exact same audience is going to this.
Review of Dua Lipa's Future Nostalgia album.
I mean, you should broaden your horizons a little bit. Also, another question, I guess, about this would be, what did we do any anime stuff? I guess we did. We could have sent them to a review of Howl's Moving Castle to actually dunk on the movie.
They won't like that. A silent voice.
No, they won't like that. Yeah. But.
A silent voice.
Silent voice. That's
we need to expand our library of like reviews of certain things, because it's like, oh, let's send them to a game review. Let's do one of the 2 game reviews we did.
Yeah.
Let's do one of the 2 anime reviews we did. You know, we need to just have so many out there that it's like, ooh, which one do we pick?
You know what there aren't figures for? A silent voice.
Yeah.
There is nothing. I looked and I was like, wow. I was kind of surprised. I mean, I think I actually mentioned I actually talked about that in a review where it was like, I'm actually kind of okay with it.
Yeah.
Because it's almost like the series itself is like, as I think I made the comparison where it's like, I felt like it's not necessarily that it's above that, you know, because it's like figure collecting is great, you know, it's fine, but it's, I guess to a degree it is, the subject material is serious enough so that like it doesn't need, you don't need that marketing for it. It stands, you know, on its own for what it is. So
yeah,
maybe someday, I don't know. I doubt it though, and that's okay.
Yeah. Well, this was fun. I feel like we should do more random things like this.
This is, I just was trying to think of the most off the wall thing I could do and talk about figures. So
we need more games, more challenges to do.
This was a challenge for sure. You had absolutely no way to know like any of this.
The game was completely rigged, and it was unfair, and it wasn't too skill based, which is where I thrive when things are skill based.
Right. So. This was not skill based. This was all. Do you know me? And also, is Alec tricking me?
Well, it's like, yeah. Well, most of the time, it's like you can deduce logically, but then it's a coin flip when you do deduce. You know, if you like it, you have to flip a coin on whether you have it or not. So
look, I didn't think it out that hard. You know, I didn't think it out that hard until we started doing it, and I was like, oh.
It doesn't matter. We're all living in your world right now.
It is.
I'm gonna make a completely rigged game next time. Or if you lose, you have to give me money or something.
Wow. Maybe let's not do that. I won't agree to that.
You only get to agree.
You just spam me on Venmo for the next like 3 years. Be like, all right, you owe me $20, man.
$500 for
500 5 smackaroonies for.
All right, thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel, subscribe to our podcast feed, like the video, leave a comment, hit the notification bell, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and like us on Facebook, Tarqaron TWO.
I gotta go to bed.